His name's Joey, and my name's Logan, and this is a Kickin Ash cigar review. All right, man.
Logan was so kind to give me one of these. These are fairly new, just came out. It's the Guardian of the Farm Nightwatch by Aganorsa Leaf. And this is what they call the Orpheus, which is a 6x44 Maduro Lonsdale. The wrapper is Nicaraguan Corojo Maduro, and binders and fillers are both Nicaraguan. This is out of the Nicaraguan factory. Let's get to it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a beautiful cigar.
Get right into it.
Closed,
see how it
closed foot,
how it
which
tastes.
I really like. Don't know if you can see it or not, but it's just aesthetically pleasing to me when a cigar has a closed foot on it. Really like it.
Yeah. Doesn't have a really strong aroma on the wrapper.
No,
It's kind of like
very
neutral.
mild.
Yeah.
Very mild, like a slightly spicy, like maybe like a baking spice sort of scent to it.
Yep. I would almost agree with that.
Very, very nice.
Exactly. A little bit of cocoa, but not a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
very, very nice smelling cigar, though.
Snipping it up with my new Cigar XO. Excited about that.
I'm pairing it with a Bud Light Orange.
Bud Light Orange.
For no particular reason, but.
Oh, yeah. Cuts like butter. Cuts like butter.
And I have been using an XI for quite a long time, so I just decided to order one of these. So Logan is going to let me borrow his today. That's nice.
What you getting off the cold draw?
Little cocoa. Cocoa-y and
some raisin. A little bit of raisin.
Yeah, it's got that dried fruit aspect to it. And a little earthy.
Yep.
But very good. Very nice.
I'm ready to light this beast. I will have to say I did smoke one of these already, but it wasn't in this size. It was in a I guess the smaller length, but a little bit girthier.
Yeah, I believe they have like a smaller Robusto size.
Yeah, like I couldn't tell you what they call it exactly, but
I actually just saw it before I looked up everything for this.
So off the first light, this is already a lot more mild than the one I smoked. One I smoked had like some significant pepper right off the first light. I'm not getting that as much here. Are you?
I mean, I'm getting pepper, but I mean, obviously, I can't compare it to what you had. But
Sure.
you know, right off the bat, I do get a little bit of pepper, more like a black pepper, so it's a little more subdued. Definitely pick up that cocoa and a little nuttiness to it. So so far, it's starting out quite well.
Yeah, the other size I had like that almost like intense pepper that kind of you feel a little bit of a burn with. It kind of lingers on your palate.
Yeah.
This doesn't quite have that for me, but really good, like mild kind of earth, sort of like the similar, equivalent, kind of to the what we were smelling with the wrapper.
Right. Yeah, I think the pepper is a little more like back in your throat type of pepper. You know, if that makes sense to you.
Yeah. I gotta say it's great. So I guess from this moment we'll smoke it down a little bit and update you guys here in a couple minutes.
Yep.
All right, so we're back. We've smoked it about almost 3 inches down.
Yeah, about 2.5, 3 inches, I'd say.
Yep. It's been a little bit of a wonky burn, but that might just be because these are newer. We haven't really let them rest like we normally would, but
yeah, I was just too excited I haven't bought these. Logan bought them and then gave me one, so I was a little excited to smoke mine. So I made the suggestion that this would be our review for today.
Yep. We're gonna ash them just so we don't get it all over ourselves. But why don't you go ahead and update them on your flavor notes? What are you getting out of it so far?
So, uh, he says that the spice, the pepper, is a little bit more milder than the other Vitola that he smokes. For me, not knowing it, I still consider this to be a pretty significant spice bomb. It's not. It's a little more subdued. To me, it's more of like a back throat zing type of black pepper. The nuttiness is still there. It's very milk chocolatey. I feel like it's just a very rich chocolate to it. Super creamy smoke.
Yep.
So the profile hasn't changed a whole lot for me. The spice is starting to die down a little bit more, which is to be expected. But so far, I mean, it's performing well. As he said, the burn was slightly wonky. I touched it up once, but again, that could just be because of again how long we've had him resting.
Yeah, I would. Like I said, the smoke is like it's almost like a rich, like hearty smoke. Um, I'm definitely getting a lot more earth than I did on the other one that I smoked. But still, yeah, getting that pepper, which um is actually a really great pepper for me.
Yeah.
Like lingers on the palate a little bit. But we were talking about the comparison of this one to the original Guardian of the Farm, which the original, we looked up and confirmed was a collaboration between Kyle Gellis of Warped
Yep.
and of Aganorsa Leaf and Max
Fernandez.
Fernandez.
Yep.
So this one, honestly, I think we both kind of agree that we're already enjoying this one more. Not that that one's bad; it's a great cigar.
Yeah. I mean, I also had the Apollo, which is still another collaboration between Max and Kyle. And I like both of those as well, which is originally what stuck out to me to try this because this is Max's solo project. He's the only one that had his hands involved in this one. And I mean, it's a killer cigar. I mean, when I think of terms of spice, there I've had cigars that are legitimate spice bombs, and it like is throughout the whole cigar, and then I just feel like it overpowers everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Like um, for this one, with it being a little bit more subdued, you can definitely taste the other components that are coming through on the tobacco. Um, I'd say that a dried fruit is like picking up, like maybe like a dried
Just a little bit.
apricot or something. Like
Yeah.
I don't think it's as bland as like a raisin.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, obviously, we're pairing it with like kind of an orangey beer, so that picks it up a little bit. Which, believe it or not, these don't you don't feel like this would go together, but it's kind of a nice contrast.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah.
They're not. It's not typically. I would say like, oh, let me get a spice bomb and then get the citrusy beer, but it is kind of a nice contrast. And one last thing before we you know take it off to the second third is it's a Nicaraguan puro,
Yes.
which is pretty interesting. So it's all Nicaraguan tobacco in this cigar. So that's pretty cool.
I just can't stop looking at it, honestly, man. I mean, I don't know if we've ever touched base in this in any of our podcast episodes or not, but feel like we have. That one of the things that I look for when I decide what to smoke is I look for a pretty cigar, and I don't think it's
Yeah.
anything wrong with that at all. But looking at this, I mean, it's art, but looking at this, like the red, the gold, the double band, it's a nice looking cigar. So well done to Max on picking that out. But very beautiful cigar. So we'll continue
Absolutely.
smoking it, and we'll check back in.
All right. And we're back.
That we are.
Peppers picked up a little bit.
Yeah, about the halfway point, pepper has definitely picked up a little more.
Mm-hmm.
That fruity note that I picked up has gone for
Mm-hmm.
me. Um, the chocolate's still there. I mean, this is definitely a very creamy, chocolatey cigar. Peppery. My burn is quite well. Not razor sharp, but nothing that needs attention.
Yep. Same here. Very still very earthy too a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Still got that rich. Like I said, I kind of akin to like a hearty smoke.
Yep, I agree with that.
It's really consistent too. Like I said, just the pepper. Like on the retro hail, I'm getting more pepper. But other than that, pretty consistent all the way through. It's a really great cigar. Nothing has changed on my opinion of it. It's still smoking great. The one thing we didn't I think talk about was the draw.
I mentioned that last
Did you?
time, but yeah,
Okay.
draw is perfect on my end.
Yeah, draw for me is right where I want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
For me, it's just a tad bit on the looser side, which I like. Um, and yeah, any other things you want to let them know before we touch on the final third?
No, I don't believe so. I mean, again, same basic profile really for me. Some things picked up, some things left, but no real like major transition to anything else. Creamy, milk chocolate, pepper, earthy, uh, killer cigar. This would go great with coffee, actually.
Absolutely perfect with coffee.
If I didn't pair it up with this, I would definitely probably want to do a coffee.
Yeah,
But very killer cigar. So we're gonna continue smoking it, see if anything develops over the course of the next, however long we take to smoke through it. But
yep.
burn's still good. So we'll tune back in here shortly.
Catch y'all at the final third. All right, and we're back to wrap this up. Smoked it down to basically the first band.
Correct.
Yep, and just gonna give you our final thoughts on it. So start us off, Joey. What's your final thoughts on it?
So draws still remain perfect. The burn for me has been very touch and go. I've had to touch it up a few times now at this point. Again, we've pretty much decided that we're chalking that up to uh, these probably have been a week in
Yeah,
the
maybe
humidor.
maybe two at the most.
Yeah, so like maybe 2 weeks tops in the humidor. So it might be a little bit too young and too fresh for us to start smoking them now. But that's the only minor flaw that I have with this is touching it up. But the flavor profile, the peppers come back for me right around the halfway point after we started getting into the final third. Pepper has come back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the smoke is still very thick, creamy, almost has like a chewy consistency to it. And chocolate is just prevalent. So I would say the chocolate is pretty consistent all the way through, at least for me. The other taste that I kind of got, and we both have kind of agreed to this, is it's transitioned into like for me, kind of reminds me of almost like a pretzel. Almost, it's got some salty to it. The sweetness, still earthy, still some cedar in there, some nuttiness. Overall, the flavor profile is just killer.
Yeah, absolutely. We definitely yeah. As soon as Joey mentioned that to me when we were talking about it, definitely it kind of clicked in my brain that like bready sort of taste, and definitely a salted pretzel falls in line with that is that breadiness. So we found that pepper that I had in the first one that I smoked. Uh, Pepper has ramped up. Still not overpowering though. Still
No,
really really flavorful. Again, the one I smoked before was a a shorter length and a slightly bigger ring gauge. So maybe that's can attribute to why I got the pepper sooner. But yeah, really great cigar.
why don't you tell them
Um,
where you got these, since you were the one that purchased these?
yes, I got a sampler of these from foxcigar.com, which I really love. Shout out to Fox Cigar. They have a 5-pack right now, and it's pretty cheap. I think I paid like 35 bucks for it, somewhere around there. You get a couple different Vitolas in that pack. You get two of these Lonsdales, one of the shorter one that I already smoked, and then two of the bigger ring gauge with the I think they're like 6 inch length. So
Yeah, I think they're more like along the lines of like a Toro.
yeah, somewhere in a Toro's range. So yeah, definitely. If you guys want to get some, hit up Fox Cigar. I'll just ask you this before we wrap it up. We won't really maybe necessarily give it a rating, but would you see yourself purchasing a box of these?
Of this particular size, yes, 100%.
There you go.
I mean, and here's the thing. Again, I've smoked both of the offerings that the collaborations that he did with Kyle of Warped, and I love those. And I would say that this one is better,
Yeah.
just more complex in my opinion. So if you like the two that have already been out on the market, you're definitely going to want to check this out. And again, I would just suggest letting it rest longer than maybe a month or so. But I mean, it's a killer cigar. I mean, it's
Killer.
definitely worthy of a box purchase, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would purchase a box of these, or actually the shorter, the smaller uh, one that I smoked. I wish I knew the name, so I didn't have to keep calling it that. But we'll put it in the description. But
Yep.
I would probably purchase a box of either of them. I might lean towards the other one I smoked, but this one too, I wouldn't have any problem purchasing a box of. So yeah, guys, that's the Guardian of the Farm Night Watchman.
Nightwatch.
Night Watchman or Night Watch?
It's just Nightwatch.
It's Night Watch. I always fuck something up with the name. The Guardian of the Farm.
I think
Night
you're thinking of Watch. Isn't
Maybe
that
I'm
like a
thinking
show or something? Or maybe
something like that, or a comic book.
That's
There was a
probably what you're
Watchmen
thinking.
comic book that was.
Nonetheless, you know what? I think that we should still give this a rating. That's kind of been our thing.
Okay. How many Kick Ash donkeys out of 5?
Out of 5, I'd say probably like 4.5.
4.5. I'm gonna go 4.3.
Yeah.
4.3.
That's fair.
Kick Ash donkeys out of 5. So yeah, guys, that's it. As always, find us on Instagram. Kickin Ash team. Team Kickin Ash.
Team Instagram is Team Kick Ash.
Team Kick Ash. God.
Or again, you can just search Kickin Ash, no G, Kickin Ash, and we'll pop up. YouTube. I doubt we'll put these reviews on Spotify, but our podcasts are on Spotify.
Yes.
So you can find our podcasts on Spotify. We're on Instagram. Recently just started a Twitter, but I mean, I don't really know that we're doing much with that yet. Right now, Instagram, YouTube is our main focus for that. And
as always, have a kick-ass day.